Hey, Dave. This game seemed to be the exact opposite of the game you guys played yesterday in almost every way. What do you think allowed you to do such a complete 180 there in 24 hours?
I have no idea. I know it was nice to have Walker come out and throw the baseball well. Um, Obviously, we took a lot of good at bats, hit the ball to the ballpark, just all the way up and down the lineup. AJ had a huge night. Justin, I mean, just everyone. Mookie scored a bunch of runs. Good to get some guys off their feet out of the game early, get some other guys some at bats, and just kind of get to the next day. But certainly a lot of positives tonight.
Is this the best offensive performance you've seen from a Dodger team in a single game you've managed?
I think it is. I think I saw something that it was a Dodger record. I don't know if that's correct or not, but it's hard to score runs in this game and to put up crooked numbers like we did. It's as good as I've ever seen.
Getting Taylor off his feet there in the fourth inning, I assume he's healthy.
Well, yeah. Well, we've leaned on CT a lot, and knowing he's going to go to the All-Star game and not get 4 complete days off, I just felt that get him off his feet first. So he took 2 at bats, and I felt obviously great about having Gavin going there and get him going, and good to see him get a knock and drive in a few runs. And then it kind of just trickled down to other guys I wanted to make sure to get off their feet tonight.
And then with Walker, 6 innings, 95 pitches. What did you see from him? And I'm assuming he's still in good shape to pitch at least some part of the All-Star game for you.
He's in a great spot. I thought that Austin did a fantastic job with him, using his entire mix: the fastball, the cut fastball, the breaking ball, the change. So no stress tonight. So he got up into the mid 90s, and there was a couple of points where he was losing his fastball command a little bit, but reined it back in, and just overall really good performance. Great half for Walker.
Thank you.
Next question is from Fabian Ardaya. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. Did Mookie have to talk his way into getting into second base for you, or is that sort of something you guys already discussed on the bench?
We've talked about it. We talked about it a little bit last year. Talked about in spring training, and he's always been lobbying to get in there, get on the dirt, and that's where he came up and was drafted as an infielder. So I just felt that it was a way that we could get Justin out of the game, appease him a little bit, and he rewarded himself by hitting a grand slam and scoring another run after that. So 3 innings of defense, second base, it was good.
And then with Bellinger, I know you've sort of talked about how you like the at-bats he's been taking, even though the results haven't quite been there. I mean, how much can a swing like tonight sort of help spark things?
I think it's something for Cody to build on. And I thought tonight he had a lot of good at-bats. And obviously the homer, then there was a line out, there was a contact with the fly out. So I thought he's seen the ball really well, and I expect him to have a nice day tomorrow. It'll be fun.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from Eric Steven. Go ahead.
Dave, you mentioned the crooked numbers. You guys have put up some big innings this year, like more than any other team. Is that just as like a sign of the offense these days? Is it a function of your team? Like, how do you sort of explain those big innings?
I think it's a byproduct of us always. I mean, a lot of times finding guys to finding base run, getting on base by way of either the hit, the walk, and so when you can continue to stress pitchers and then you get a double or a homer, those things happen. So I think it's just a byproduct of us, finding ways to always, get guys on first base.
Next question is from Mike DiGiovanna. Go ahead.
Dave, most teams up 9-0 after a few kind of ease to the finish. You guys scored 13 in the last 2. How do you sort of explain that kind of relentlessness?
I think it's a little bit where you get guys like Beatty and McKinstry that are fighting for at-bats. AJ's really starting to come along. These last few games, it's really been good. And Mookie's starting to really come. So I think that's some of it. And we just that's something, a sign of a really good club that regardless of the score, we just keep trying to win pitches and not give at bats away. And when you do that, some good things can happen.
Thanks.